Shavua Tov, one and all. We are absolutely delighted to be able to welcome you here this evening, some of you physically and some of you virtually. We are joining together synagogues, shuls, Jewish communities from Victoria, New South Wales and Queensland. And indeed, we would love to invite the entire Australasian community, but of course, the rest of Australia, it's still Shabbat, and they can't log on quite yet. But for now, as we're joined by Rabbis Levi Jaffe from Brisbane, Rabbi Yossi Friedman from Maroubra Synagogue in Sydney, and of course right here from the beautiful St Kilda Shul, I'd like to welcome each and every one of you on this very special evening, the evening in which we say goodbye to Shabbat from the Shabbat Project, a wonderful initiative that was instituted and pioneered by the Chief Rabbi of South Africa, Rabbi Warren Goldstein, some years ago, and it's taken off like an absolute storm. It's been brilliant, and so many Jews have been adhering to the Shabbat and keeping the Shabbat in a meaningful way each year during the Shabbat Project. I'd like to invite each and every one of you, per the instructions that were sent to you in the original flyers, to take your Havdalah cup, bring your vesamim, the beautiful spices or the cloves, and of course the fire, the special combined wicks that we use for the Havdalah ceremony. You can either have a special Havdalah candle or take 2 Shabbat candles and join them together so you have multiple wicks right there. And while you are getting those things ready, and before I hand over to Rabbi Friedman in the Maroubra Synagogue in Sydney, I'd like to just share one very brief thought with you, and that is this. On Motzei Shabbat, when Shabbat finishes, there's a tinge of sadness in our heart, because the Kabbalists and our sages teach us that throughout the week we are all endowed with a divine soul, a soul from God, a beautiful divine soul. But on Shabbat, we are blessed with a second soul. It's called an neshama yetera, an additional soul that accompanies us. It gives us that extra little boost of holiness that we experience on the holy day of Shabbat. And of course, when Shabbat leaves, that soul departs as well. So there's a tinge of sadness, and that is why we smell the beautiful fragrance of the cloves to rejuvenate and re-enliven us and to bring some comfort and consolement as that soul departs. Of course, the candle that we're going to use is symbolic of the very first Saturday night in the history of creation, when Adam and Eve, a day after they were created, it was Saturday night, they needed light, and of course they made a fire. So we symbolize that fire, the first fire made on that Saturday night, every single Saturday night since then during the Havdalah. And of course, what Jewish ceremony is complete without embellishing it with a beautiful cup of wine? And that's why we join those 3 things together, the candle, the cloves, and the wine, to bring meaning and spirituality into a Havdalah ceremony. Friends, you are in for an absolute treat. We have an all-star cast of music and words of inspiration. And for now, we're going to transition from here in St Kilda Shul in Melbourne across to Maroubra Synagogue to my dear friend and colleague, Rabbi Yossi Friedman. Rabbi Friedman, please take it away for the Havdalah ceremony.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashamet, Malachei Kadosh Baruch Hu Moachem Lesha.
Okay, so greetings from Sydney, Maroubra Synagogue, where my background photo is currently positioned in Maroubra. I am comfortably in my home. For us, Shabbat concluded about an hour ago. So couldn't keep everyone waiting there for me to do Havdalah for an hour. So I'm going to now be singing the Havdalah from the comfort of my home, but I hope you'll be joining me from wherever you are, all around Australia. Sydney, Melbourne, and it's so beautiful to share in this time together with all these different communities. We're all in this together. We're all one. We're all one big family, no matter where we are. geographically. So I'm now going to sing the Havdalah. Please join along with me. Hinei el Yeshua si eftach velo efchad ki aziv zimrasya Adonai vayehi li lishua ushavtem mayim besason mimayne HaYeshua, L'Adonai HaYeshua, Ahalamecha, V'chasech, Adonai Tzavos Imanu, Niskav Lanu Elohei Yaakov Selah. Adonai Tzavos Asher Adam Boiteach Bach Adonai Hoshia HaMelech Yaneinu Yom Koreinu LaYehudim HaSaora V'simcha Sason Vikar Kain Tieh Lanu Kos Yeshua Sesa Uv'Shem Adonai Ekra lai lai la 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 lai 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 la 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 lai la 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 lai la la lai 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 la 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 lai la 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 lai lai la 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 lai la la lai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Ri hagafen lai lai la 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 lai la 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 lai lai la 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 lai la la lai 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 la 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 lai la la lai lai la 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 lai la la lai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Minei v'samim Nai nai na 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 nai na 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 nai la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Orei meyorei ha'esh lai lai la 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 lai 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 la 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 lai lai la 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 lai la la lai 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 la 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 lai 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 la 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 lai lai la 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 lai la la lai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Hamavdil ben kodesh lecho, ben or lecho eshech, ben Yisrael eloamim, ben yom hashvi, sheished yemei hamaseh, Baruch atah Adonai, Hamavdil ben kodesh lecho, lai lai la 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 la. Lai la 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 lai lai la 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 lai 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 la lai 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 la 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 lai la la lai Shavua tov. Chaim. Right, handing over. Who's next?
It has been an incredible Shabbat project once again, and I want to thank Australia for being such a huge part of its success. I know this has been such a difficult time with so many lockdowns, but now it's time to have a fantastic Havdalah concert, so let's all celebrate together. My dear friends, Shabbat is not just a 25-hour experience. The joy and inspiration we gain on Shabbat stays with us as we venture out into the week. Its light spills over like wine from a cup into the days that follow Shabbat. and can be felt with increasing intensity in the days leading up to Shabbat. Shabbat is the center of our week. This idea is vividly captured by the image of the golden menorah in the temple and its central branch surrounded by 3 branches on each side. The wicks of these outer branches were slanted inward, producing the effect of 3 flames bent towards the center flame on each side of the menorah. The symbolism is clear. Like the central flame, Shabbat stands at the center of the week, its light flowing into the 3 days on either side of it, influencing the week in both directions. As we light the Havdalah candle, we rededicate ourselves to carrying the light of Shabbat with us into the week ahead, and by its illumination, we gain the clarity to face the uncertainties of our world with newfound courage and conviction. Right now, as the world seeks to regain its balance after being battered by the pandemic, we need the light of Shabbat more than ever. I wish you all a Shavuot Tov. May we all merit a week infused with the light of Shabbat.
Shabuato, 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 Shabuato. Shabuato, friends, join together with some great friends to welcome the new week in song and with happiness. And we're going to begin with a song of thanksgiving, because ordinarily, last week, we wouldn't have been able to do what we're doing now. We were allowed 5 people maximum in our shul. In this big shul that seats 1,000 people, 5 people looks very, very small. But tonight we joined with a lot more than that, and we're going to sing a song of thanksgiving. It is good to say thank you to Hashem. Tov lehodot l'Hashem. Sing along with us. Shalom, Ya'aseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ya'kol Yisrael. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, shalom Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Shalom, shalom. Here we go. Oyavo shalom aleinu, oyavo shalom aleinu, oyavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Oyavo shalom aleinu, oyavo shalom aleinu, oyavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, shalom aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Shalom, shalom. Od Yavo shalom aleinu, Od Yavo shalom aleinu, Od Yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. That was beautiful. There are some beautiful and famous words that we say once a month on a Motzei Shabbat, on a Saturday night, when we sanctify the new moon, right after Rosh Chodesh. We chant the words, David Melech Yisrael, Chai v'Kayam. David HaMelech, King David, the king of the Jewish people, Chai v'Kayam, is very much alive and with us today, followed by the line of Siman Tov u'Mazal Tov. And the question is obvious. David HaMelech passed away many, many years ago, yet here we are thousands of years later saying Chai v'Kayam. And one of the many answers provided is that he's Chai v'Kayam because here we are thousands of years later singing his songs, extolling his virtues, perpetuating his legacy, and really living the type of life that David HaMelech and all those who came before us and inspired us would be very, very proud of. But there's one beautiful idea here. The Jewish people are compared to the moon. Representative of David HaMelech, we are all compared to the moon where we wax and we wane. We go through tragic times, we go through good times. We have peaks and we have valleys. And yet, we as a people have endured that all. And we are here. We've made it through 18 months of not being in beautiful shuls such as this, but we are now back. We are now back in full strength. And therefore, Chai v'Kayam, the Jewish people, David HaMelech, we are here, we are strong, and please God, we will be healthy. And we finish off with Siman Tov u'Mazal Tov, the blessing that we all love to hear. We wish each other good luck and positive energy as we go forth from this week into a healthy week ahead. So let's sing David HaMelech. David Melech Yisrael. David Melech Yisrael, David Melech Yisrael, David Melech Yisrael, Melech Yisrael, Chai v'Kayam, David Melech Yisrael, David Melech Yisrael, David Melech Yisrael, Melech Yisrael, Chai v'Kayam, Siman Tov, Hayayim Mazal Tov, Hayayim Lanu L'Chol Yisrael, Amen.
We are now going to do a quick flyover to Brisbane and welcome Rabbi Levi Jaffe and his community from the Brisbane Hebrew congregation, and they are going to share some words of wisdom and some beautiful singing with us.
Shavua Tov, good Vach everyone. It's an absolute pleasure to be joining with you here tonight, all around Australia. What a beautiful demonstration of Jewish unity. Motzoi Shabbat, Saturday night, is connected to Eliyahu Hanavi, Elijah the prophet. The very first words in the Torah, the very first communication is Vayomer Elohim Elohim Yihor. And Hashem said there shall be light. Our sages tell us that that light is a reference to the light of the Geulah, the future light that will come into the world in the time of the redemption. Shabbat is a time where we feel, to a very great degree, we tap into that spiritual light. And on Motzei Shabbat, when Shabbat finishes, in a sense, there's a feeling of sadness as our Neshama Yetera, our additional soul, leaves, and we feel lonely because we're missing the beautiful light and spirituality of Shabbat. And Saturday night is going to carry that energy, that spirituality into the mundane week. And that represents the light that we bring into the world that eventually will spread until there'll be a time when the entire world will be filled with the light. And that will herald the time of the Geulah, the time of the redemption. Jewish tradition teaches us that Elijah the prophet is the one who will come and herald the arrival of the future redemption, the Geulah Shlema. And it's customary on Saturday night to sing about Elijah the prophet, Eliyahu Hanavi. And we have some beautiful talented musicians here this evening. We have Yaakov Grobela, we have Idan Taler on the guitars, and Eli Saranga from the Kehilat Mishkan Yisrael, who will be leading us tonight with the song of Eliyahu Hanavi. They'll play it once, and then they'll sing it once, and then they'll sing it a second time, and we invite everyone to join along together. Chad, Shtam, Shalom. Everyone together. Shavua Tov לכולם. Shavua Tov לכולם.
on the theme of Eliyahu Hanavi, we're going to sing one this end too, just to show the unity that we have between states. Finally, we have some unity between states, or we will at least have soon. We've got unity at least tonight. So, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Eliyahu Hagilani, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Eliyahu Hagilani. Friends, the last verse of Adon Olam has always been for me something that has been a hook and anchor. And the words are, I think, very connected to the idea of Shabbat. And I never really thought about it until 5 minutes ago when I was playing one of the songs, and all of a sudden I sort of was thinking, I think I need to share this. It says, Bi'adov kidruchi, into your hands, Hashem, I will place my spirit. Be'et ishan ve'a'ira, when I am sleeping and when I am awake. And then I will not fear because you are with me. And Shabbat is a time when we are resting, that idea of sleeping, nach. And it's easy to find God in times when we are active, in times, for example, they say that people are the most religious when the plane has turbulence. And I can vouch for that, when all of a sudden it's shochling like this, and then all of a sudden it's, oh my God, please. But when things are going smoothly, when we're at rest, when things are easy, then it's kind of like automatic pilot, and we don't really think about who's driving the plane or flying the plane. But when things get a bit turbulent, then all of a sudden we begin to find that connection a little bit more. And Shabbat is that time where we are resting, but at the same time we find that spirituality, that connection to Hashem Beit Ishan, and then Vayira, now Saturday night, when we are thrust into the new week. And we are once again with the momentum of everything that goes with that new week, with work and with connections and all the rest of it. So finding that balance between rest and between activity, and also be able to find God in all those dimensions, I think it's quite a challenge. So the last verse of Adon Olam is exactly that principle, finding God, Beit Ishan, Ve'a'ira. Let's sing it together. Let's do the last verse.
נשא בחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי כלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה אדון עולם השם מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נשא בחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא ואחרי כלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא והוא היה והוא הווה בתפארה והוא היה והוא הווה בתפארה והוא היה והוא הווה בתפארה והוא היה והוא הווה בתפארה.
Shavua Tov, everybody. It's been wonderful spending time with you, and we hope that you have a wonderful week ahead. We're handing over to Rabbi Friedman in Sydney.
Okay, Shekayach, how beautiful. What a beautiful get-together from all across the country. Sydney, Brisbane, words of inspiration, uplifting music. And this is just a taste. You know, once a year we come together to celebrate the Shabbat Project and to really put a little bit more effort in than we normally would on a normal Shabbat. Really, the purpose is to take of this inspiration, this taste, and to extend it throughout every single Shabbat of the year. Let's try and do something a little bit more. one little thing extra that we can take into our lives every Shabbat, whether it's a little bit of preparation or whether it's extending a kind greeting to someone else that you see in the streets, walking on Shabbat or in shul, inviting a guest over to your home. Something. Let's draw on the energy and connectivity and the unity that we are experiencing now, and let's bring it into every Shabbat going forward. And so I want to thank everyone for joining us here tonight. This is a short little message from us in Sydney. We love getting together and collaborating with all of you. The more opportunities we have to be together, the better it is. And especially in these difficult times coming out of lockdown across the country, we only hope that we have times together of joy, of light, and again, of unity for many, many years to come. And so that is my little message from Sydney, Australia, and Shavua Tov to you all.
Can you hear me? Thank you so much, Rabbi Friedman. Thank you so much, Rabbi Jaffe. Thank you so much, Rabbi Karnofsky, Chazan Bretke, and the whole team from St. Kilda Shul and from all the different shuls. And thank you so much to Rabbi Ronnie Figdor, who's the coordinator behind the scenes, and Zalmi G for doing an amazing job on the technical side. It has been a spectacular Shabbat, a wonderful Shabbat project, culminating in this beautiful, beautiful Havdalah ceremony. I have to tell you that here in Melbourne in St. Kilda Shul, I'm personally on long service leave and still to the end of October. But when I heard that we're having a cross-communal Havdalah ceremony live from this shul and from the other shuls, I said to our CEO, I need to come in, even if I'm on leave. It is so, so beautiful. And while all of the singing was going on, I got to sit here and listen to it live. And I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. It's been absolutely beautiful. But this Havdalah ceremony is enhanced mostly by your presence. Each and every one of you, all of the Jewish men, women, and children watching from all around Australia, we are so delighted you joined us. A Shavua Tov, a Gut Vach. May it be a week and a year filled with happiness, health, prosperity, and meaning in all of our lives. Thank you so much for joining us. Shavua Tov, and all the best to each and every one of you. Thank you.